Hi, everyone. Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy. This is Newly Traveler, part 9 of my full playthrough. So excited to have you here today. So without any further ado, let's go get into some mischief. So I'm super excited. Today is the first day we're actually going to go flying, and we're going to we're actually going to be heading to a flying lesson, and maybe we can actually start flying around. So I'm super excited for that. So let's get right to it then. I have been waiting so long to actually go flying, and now that it's here, I'm super pumped. I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
Everybody grab a broom, and we shall get started.
Mr. Clopton, your attention, please.
Sorry, Madam Kagawa.
Everyone, please welcome a new student to our flying class.
Welcome.
Hello. The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely, as broom flight is, first and foremost, a means of transportation.
This, I fear, some of you have forgotten.
Diving, rolling, and loop-the-loops will not be taught or in fact tolerated in this class. We'll leave that to professional Quidditch players, like the Toyohashi Tengu. Not a fan, I take it? Now, let's see how well everyone kept up with their practice over the summer holidays. For those who need a refresher, step up to your broom, say up firmly and clearly, then kick your leg over and rest your weight on the seat. Up! Thank you. Now, your turn.
Up,
Up.
up, you stupid ratty school broom!
Up.
One leg over, so there's a leg on each side. None of that side saddle nonsense. A gust of wind will throw you right off. And if you hear my whistle while you're in flight, ground yourself at once.
Yeah, first try.
Now, for your first lesson, fly through each ring in the courtyard. Do take care. The brooms are school property. I want them returned in one piece.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Yes, good. And lean.
And not too bad.
Well done. Now that you're acclimatized to your broom, let's see how well you manage with a more advanced exercise, shall we? This next set of rings will take you around the grounds for more of a challenge.
Okay. Or we could just play Quidditch.
What a view.
Just saying. Still so upset that they didn't include that in the game. They really should have.
Aha! Brilliant.
Ah, the old boathouse. Wish you could have experienced crossing the lake as a first year.
Oh, this is so cool.
Whoa, our aquatic resident likes to make an appearance once in a while. Ah!
This is rather fun.
Oh, well done! Have a moment?
That was great.
I I say, I watched you fly through those rings. You seem to handle yourself on that dusty school broom well enough. I'd imagine you're ready for something a bit more challenging. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We haven't properly met. I'm Everett Clopton. Am I right in suspecting that a Gryffindor like you might be interested in a high-flying adventure?
Oh, absolutely.
Can't say no to that. What did you have in mind?
A bit of a detour, so to speak. Follow me. The tour is about to begin. Follow closely now. Right now, we're flying over the Transfiguration Courtyard. Lovely as ever. Let's hope the headmaster isn't having tea by the window today. Nice to get above it all, isn't it? Ahead of the gardens, the Hufflepuff common room windows just peek out. Bit claustrophobic for my taste.
How is Everett flying so quickly?
Here's something handy to know. Lean forward for a burst of speed. Helpful if you need to escape a tricky situation.
Ha! Now that's more like it.
You sure you're not part hippogriff? There's the famous bridge. Think of all the magic holding it up. I mean, look at it. And the owlery. That's a bit of solid architecture, isn't it?
Flying tips and a jaunt around Hogwarts. This is quite the tour, Everett.
That's Kagawa's whistle. This concludes our tour. Best hurry back. Looks like she's already dismissed class. Better hurry and hand in our brooms. Dismount here.
That was great. That was so much fun.
Where have you two been?
Oh, hello, Professor. We were trying to get a bit of extra practice in.
Hefty points will be taken from each of you for not following my instructions. Mr. Clopton, I am disappointed in you. You're in this class because you're still not showing yourself, or frankly, your broom the proper respect.
But, Professor...
Enough. Class is finished for the day.
Yarn.
As for you, you do well to use better judgment in the future. Chin up. That was some rather good flying.
There's really no downside to breaking the rules in this game. Just a slap on the wrist, some points taken
Sorry
away.
about that business with Kagawa, but you have to admit, those views were worth it.
It was worth losing a few house points for that detour.
You seem at home on a broom. Bet if you had a fancy model, you could fly laps around Imelda. She's Kagawa's favorite. I could show her a thing or two if I had my own broom. Hate having to return the school broom after class.
Perhaps I have to purchase a broom then.
If you can, you should. Wish I could. I recommend visiting Albie Weeks at Spintwitches in Hogsmeade. He's always looking to test new models. I'll keep an eye out for you in the sky.
Yes, absolutely yes. That is the first thing we are doing. We are going to buy a broom. Let's see what we just unlocked for the quests. Legendary armored attire. Gear appearance, nice. Let's see how that looks on our character, actually. Let's see if we can wear anything that's slightly better. Maybe level 17 for that. I like that. Looks good. Finally found something to switch it up with. But yes, first thing, absolutely, we are going to get a new broom. That is, without a doubt, what I want to do. So let's go to Hogsmeade and get a broom.
I've not
Flying,
forgot about our
I have
library
to.
venture. How did you fare? If you're keen for some illicit spell practice, meet me outside the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. I know a discreet place near there.
So anyways, as I was saying, the flying felt pretty smooth overall. I wish they would have done a little bit more with the dual sense with it. They could have made it just a little bit better.
Somewhere you can focus on your studies, away from prying eyes and distractions.
You could have made it just slightly better, a little more dual sense with the haptics and all of that, but otherwise it felt pretty good. Didn't really notice too much about it on my end. But anyways, let's see if we can now go get a broom. Last time we came over it was locked, so I'm really hoping that they changed that and we can now get a broom. So hopefully it is not locked. Finally.
New face. Wonderful.
Revelio.
All right, Albie, let's do it.
Hello, Mr. Weeks, is it?
Albie Weeks at your service. Welcome to Spintwitches. Apologies if you came by before and weren't able to come in. Shop's been closed since trade routes were disrupted. Had to travel as far as London to meet with my supplier. And I've only just returned, thankfully with inventory. I presume you're in the market for a new broom? Got a few rare U-weavers available. Ember Dash, Silver Arrows. Wind-wisps too. No matter what broom you choose, you'll be pleased. They're all exceptional, both in quality and performance.
You said disrupted trade routes caused you to close Spintwitches?
Terrible it's been. Trade routes reported as unusable. Evidently criminals are overtaking roads, threatening hamlets. I can fly safely almost anywhere, but you try flying with an inventory of brooms on your back. No easy feat. Right then, back to work. If a particular broom takes your fancy, just let me know.
Do you mind sharing more about your brooms?
I have a passion for them. Every detail of every model. Take Wind-wisps, well known for their quality ash handles. U-weavers are rare because some fear flying them, likely to do with the U-wand's darker reputation. Then you have the Ember Dash, known for its handsome appearance. Working with brooms every day makes me practically giddy. It's one of many reasons I cherish running this shop.
Sounds
Yeah, let's
quite
see what
the
they
array of
have.
brooms. I'll have a look around. Thank you.
What are we looking for today?
The best broom. They're only 600 gold and I have like 6,000 gold. Oh, that's fantastic. Why not just buy all of them? And sell some of my old gear while I'm at it.
Nice doing business with you.
Unidentified head item. Take this to the room of requirement to reveal its qualities. Well, I haven't gotten there yet, so I have no idea how to do that. So, guess we'll figure that out.
That item is of the highest quality.
Ooh, I really like that Ember Dash broom.
That item is of the highest quality.
I think I'm gonna have to go with the the Ember. That is just so cool.
You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you. Whilst nearly any broom will certainly be a step up from the practice brooms in Kagawa's class, they all have their limitations. You seem to be a flyer who might be interested in, say, some enhancements?
Go on.
Ha! Knew I was right about you. I think you'll be quite happy with the performance of any broom at lower altitudes. But you may notice that speed consistency tends to falter as you rise. I believe I can remedy this issue. I have some ideas for enchantments, upgrades, if you will, that will improve the performance of any broom you fly. What I need is someone to conduct a broom flight and report back to me so I can perfect the upgrades. As it happens, another Hogwarts student, Imelda Reyes, is using abandoned broom courses for time trials. Clever girl. An ideal situation for collecting flight statistics. If you were to compete for the best time and succeed, then report back to me with how your broom behaved, I could complete work on my first upgrade. What say?
Yeah, absolutely.
How long have you had a passion for brooms?
Since the moment I saw my first Quidditch match. Seeing flyers manoeuvre the way they do. Oh, some people continue to have their doubts about me and my ideas. I hope that won't dissuade you from helping. I know I'm onto something.
Why do you need me to report to you on this broom flight?
I did try to get Imelda to help, but she has some flying habits and quirks that made her difficult to collaborate with. I need a flyer with no bad habits and a knack for flying. Your classmate Everett said you're a natural on a broom. He's forever in here studying the newest models, almost as passionate about brooms as I am. If your rumoured talent for flying can help you beat Imelda's times, then having you assess the broom will be invaluable.
Sounds as if you took Kagawa's class.
I did, but my focus on the technical elements of brooms rather than the art of flying drove her mad. She thinks it fitting I run Spintwitches now. I don't reckon either of us ever pictured me batting away bludgers for the Cannons or Puddlemere United. And I find a certain satisfaction in winning over the naysayers who think I may be too young to run this shop. With your help, I can continue proving myself the most knowledgeable purveyor of wizarding sporting goods around.
That sounds intriguing. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. It'll be worth your while. If I'm right, the new upgrade ought to enhance brooms in every regard. And I can give you a special price. The time trial should be a bit of fun too. Go to the Quidditch pitch and Imelda Reyes will sort you out. Once you've beaten Imelda's time, be sure to let me know.
Oh, I will. I absolutely will. So they have all the
Can't
Quidditch
help but
stuff.
admire Mr. Weeks' enthusiasm.
So they have all the Quidditch stuff, but we still can't do it. Kind of makes me mad, but whatever.
What are we looking for today? Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Just making sure there's nothing else in here. Excuse me real quick. It looks like there's nothing else in there, so let's go ahead and let's meet Imelda so we can kick her butt. So it's a no broom zone, but how do we fast access the broom once we're safely within flying distance? Oh, there it is. All right. Well, let's go Gryffindor and win. It could definitely be faster, I will say that. So I'm hoping with some broom upgrades it will be faster. And we will also just continue keeping an eye out for the gobstones that are in high places.
Hey you, Gryffindor.
Imelda Reyes? Albie Weeks sent me.
Did he now? Still tinkering with his broom upgrade, no doubt. I tried to help him once. He nitpicked my flying technique, and that was the end of that. The nerve. Why is he roping you into his broom testing silliness? You've barely started flying from what I know. Caught wind of you showing off in flying class with Clopton.
I don't know what people have said, but I certainly wasn't showing off.
Tell that to the rest of the school. But it doesn't matter. Everyone knows that class is only for beginners, troublemakers, and bumbling baboons. But for some reason, now people think you're competition. Ugh, I can't be having that.
Perhaps I am competition.
You're not even Slytherin. Could be a useless squib for all I know. Enough of this. Only one way to find out who's the better flyer. I hold one of the fastest times on this course. Let's see if you can beat it. Slytherin versus Gryffindor.
Oh, a classic matchup. Also, what got up her butt? My gosh, she is. What an attitude.
Can you tell me more about these courses?
Stalling, 5th year. Fine, I'll humour you. This course demands focus. Requires you to anticipate speed and height before every turn. The others test stamina. 3 courses in all, built ages ago by former students. Since Black cancelled Quidditch, it was these courses or nothing. I made them popular again, got the whole school hungry to compete. So, let's see what you've got, 5th year.
Actually, why not? I can beat your record.
I'm so looking forward to seeing you lose.
All right, let's go.
Did it? Ha! Now that's more like it.
Hopefully I do not miss any rings this first time around. Oh man.
Success.
So far so good, hanging in there.
Brilliant.
I wonder how strict this is with the timing. I'm doing okay.
Fun.
Oh, missed those.
Brilliant.
Speaking of flying, does anyone remember the Quidditch World Cup for like the GameCube or the older consoles? That was seriously the best. My favorite team, obviously, Ireland, just because I am Irish, but it's definitely a ton of fun. I'm hoping they bring it back and they bring it back to the Switch or something like that. It'd be great. I'm sorry I beat you, but let's figure it out.
That's not... You must have cheated, you... Ugh! Fine. You won. Don't think this is over. You can't determine skill from one single trial.
Surely my win means something.
You're not terrible, but you're still going to have to prove yourself if you want to earn my respect.
What a butt.
Challenge accepted then.
Perhaps you have what it takes after all. We shall see. But don't get your hopes up. The next course near Irondale offers a much tougher challenge. You can try to prepare by racing this course again. Just check in at the podium, where the leaderboard is. You can check your time and start the race. We'll see next time if your win here was more than just a fluke. Whilst on an errand for Albie Weeks.
Yeah, sure, Fluke. I will beat you again.
How are there so many lectures in herbology?
You shouldn't get so upset in herbology. The rate you're
Ruby
going,
will.
I suspect Mr. Weeks will be glad to hear how I fared.
132, so I just have to shave it by like 10
I
seconds?
don't mind herbology myself.
Probably do that. But for now, let's go ahead and return to Albie. If there's any gobstones up here. I want to go by the courtyard where it keeps saying, check high places. Which should be over here.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Yep, there's one right there.
Accio! Well, that's one of Zenobia's gobstones. I hardly see what all the fuss is about.
I could have sworn I picked that up earlier, but I guess I didn't. As it's a no-fly zone.
Oh, you're back! With something to report, I hope?
Mr. Weeks, I was able to set a record on my broom.
Incredible! Miss Reyes must have been shocked. Tell me, how was the broom?
A little turbulent and it's wanting for a bit of speed, but it fared well enough. I will say that it tended to drift a bit to the left on certain turns. Heard a slight swoosh when I dipped.
Oh, thank you. That's precisely what I needed to know. Drifted, eh? I shall get to work immediately. Even the naysayers will be forced to admit that my work's had potential all along.
Just make the broom faster. Please make the broom just a little faster.
Why would anyone doubt your ability to upgrade brooms?
Oh, you'd be surprised. People get set in their ways, worry that fiddling with what's working fine will somehow ruin it. Those people don't appreciate the sense of freedom that comes with quality broom flight, nor do they appreciate all that's involved in the creative process. I have a friend in Rome runs a shop like mine, says it's worse there. Of course, they do nap in the afternoons from what I hear. And where would we be without enhancements? I mean, if Elliot Smethwick had let the naysayers get to him, we would never have had the cushioning charm. I don't listen to them.
I'm excited to hear more.
I have a very good feeling about this upgrade. I guarantee you'll be pleased. Expect to hear from me soon.
Awesome. Cannot wait.
How to address the issue of altitude as it relates to speed.
I'm so excited. We finally gotta go. We finally gotta go flying. Now I can be annoying and do that everywhere. Let's go ahead and see what we unlocked for that. Lucky leprechaun gloves. Let's see what those look like. They look like dueling gloves, to be honest. I like the other ones. I like the other look better. Okay, let's see what quest we have now next. Meet Sebastian. Oh, we should probably do that. I do want to go learn the Room of Requirements, so that would be fantastic. Keep rolling when I mean to grab out my broom. You have to like be completely stopped. That's the only issue with that. You're gonna make me descend. I wish I could just go in. Oh, yeah. Still don't know Alohomora. That is very, very annoying.
Revelio.
Really? Yeah, you're on the inside. Okay. I feel like flying a broom back to school is the equivalent of like that one kid that owned a Ferrari in high school. Just like pulling up. Also, I feel like a broom should be a lot more than what it cost. Either that or I've just been doing a lot of quests gathering gold.
Leviosa. Revelio.
Never ending. Never ending. Oh, that's really cool. Just take a moment to appreciate that. Must be near the astronomy wing. So the Room of Requirement generally opens up wherever you need it to be. I wonder if they'll keep it kind of more centralized in the game.
Professor Weasley?
Somewhere away from prying eyes.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Forgive me, the headmaster stopped me and I... Merlin's beard. I see you've wasted no time. Well done. Shall we?
After you, Professor.
Shall we? I don't know. Shall we, Professor? Oh, man.
What is this place?
This is the Room of Requirement. It only appears when one is in real need of it. Ordinarily, a student might stumble upon this room entirely by accident, if ever. I'd only planned to suggest to you how to find it by walking past that bit of wall, focusing on what you need. But you've managed to reveal the room on your own. While I'm here, we should take advantage of the moment. Now, where is Deke?
We should.
He must have sneaked past and gone ahead.
Take advantage of the moment.
Professor.
The house elf I was speaking to in my classroom your first day. Thought he might help you use the room once you found it. There's no chance I'm clambering over this mess. This presents the perfect opportunity to teach you Evanesco, the vanishing spell. You can cast Evanesco to vanish certain objects, such as these chairs and other things here in the room. I suggest you practice the wand movements first, then you can clear the chairs away.
Vanesco.
Splendid. Now, cast Evanesco on those chairs.
All right, let's go ahead and reassign Evanesco.
Excellent work. You'll note that you are now in possession of Moonstone. We shall discuss its uses later. Let's move on.
Everything later. This game really does not let
Where
you...
in Merlin's name is that elf?
This game does not let you discover stuff before you're supposed to. Everything is like locked or behind something.
Goodness. My old school bag. I wondered where that had got to. I can't believe it's still here. I'll just take a quick look at this. Give you an opportunity to explore on your own until we locate Deke.
You got it, Professor.
Dear me. Can't you keep it down? Some of us are trying to rest.
Revelio.
So much for spells with no words being super powerful and you know, hard to do because I can just cast spells apparently without having to say anything. Although that would get annoying after a while, I will admit, if it was every single time.
Accio. Levioso. Levioso. Accio.
Man, I'm just trying to get this bag. Hi, there we go. Unidentified back item. Go up here again. I guess, yeah, that was it. Go back down the slide. I guess just go back to... Oh, there we go.
Hope this isn't as precarious as it looks.
An intruder!
Revelio.
No, not... that's not helpful, you worthless pile of tin!
Nice, nice. Bit offended the room. Thought I needed a bath. Cheeky thing. Don't be cheeky now. That's great. There's so much in this room. Chinese lanterns, a toilet, shower. I mean, whatever you need. Whatever you need, it's here.
How does anyone other than a house elf manage to get around in here? Revelio. What was that? Was that a golden snitch?
Perhaps
And
you
yet,
should summon your wits and find out.
golden snitch, and yet we can't have Quidditch. Just saying. Just gonna. Come on, devs. Make something. Make it a DLC. Just a DLC, please. That'd be great. A little bit further. Well, hang on. What do I need to do? There's that one there. Huh. Alright, so... What? How do I get to over there? Need a Jimmy Neutron brain moment. Okay. Unless I can only... And I guess that works. Emerald Bloom Scarf. Let's see what that looks like. Matches the aesthetic, but I still gotta wrap my house. I think that's the only thing back there. Okay, so we'll keep going.
I hope that house elf can find us in here.
I believe in Deke. I believe he can find us. Here he is. Hi, Deke.
Yikes! Careful! Huh? Oh, there you are. Wait right there. Deke will come to you.
Back in my bag of holding. Is this a bag of holding?
Hello.
Ah, Deke, we've been looking for you.
Apologies, Professor Weasley. Deke was looking through some of what's appeared in the room since Deke was last here. Is this the student?
Indeed it is.
Deke is honored to meet you.
Deke has been a friend since I was a second year. We discovered this room together. I mentioned you to Deke. We believe that you might be able to benefit from this room like I did. Deke, would you be so kind?
Of course, Professor Weasley. The Room of Requirement will always be equipped for the Seeker's needs. It's unplottable, so won't appear on any map. Most happen upon it by accident, if ever. Deke's seen students in need of an extra file for potions stumble upon the room filled with them. You seem to have accessed it in its form as the Room of Hidden Things.
I was thinking about needing a place away from prying eyes. Brilliant.
Oh, that explains it then.
What I need specifically is a place where I can catch up on my schoolwork without distraction.
Well then, the room can provide you with precisely that. Now, it's time to focus on what you need. Just close your eyes. Imagine the room precisely as you need it. The room will do the rest.
Way not to close your eyes. Just saying.
You've given yourself quite a canvas to work with.
All
I
right.
look forward to seeing what you do with the space. Ah, and it seems the room has provided you with a desk of description. Excellent. It can identify unfamiliar items of clothing. One should always understand the effects of anything in which one is clothed.
So the desk of description, use it to reveal the magical properties of any unidentified gear you've collected. All right. I think I have a couple things of gear, so let's see how good that is actually. They both suck, is what it's telling me.
You'll find plenty of items of clothing that need to be identified. The desk will be an invaluable resource.
Okay, and anything else really cool in here?
Revelio.
Nope. I can't unlock the flue, probably need to speak with Professor Weasley first. Yep.
I imagine the desk of description will come in handy.
It will. I hope you'll take advantage of it. Now, I'll give you a brief lesson in conjuring. The room might not provide everything you need on its own.
Conjuring?
Yes, the magic of creating or conjuring objects. I'll teach you.
Does this one not get a name?
Very good. When conjuring more complex objects, you'll need what's called a spellcraft. Spellcrafts are like recipes. They list the ingredients or resources needed to conjure a particular object. You should have acquired some for a potion station and potting table from tomes and scrolls in Hogsmeade.
I did. Where can I find the resources I need?
While resources such as Moonstone can be obtained throughout the Highlands, it's much safer and easier to purchase them. They can also be collected by vanishing objects in the room, such as the chairs you vanished earlier. In fact, you should have enough resources for now.
I see. Can I regain resources by vanishing something I've already conjured?
That sounds like a big no.
Indeed.
Oh, really?
Quite perceptive. Why don't you give it a try? Go ahead and conjure the potion station and potting table. You should find both familiar, since they'll resemble the ones you've already used to study magical plants and brew potions in class.
Is this just a personal preference? Okay. Scientific, botanical, eclectic, or gothic? Let's do the gothic one. That's really cool. And then... Nice. Oh, can I move it slightly? I bet I then have to vanish it, is what it is. Okay. Moonstone's back, okay. That's pretty easy. What's this one look like? We're gonna line it up. So help me, we're gonna line it up. It's better. Alright, so then I need to do a potting table. Okay. Maybe the other one a little bit happier though, not so gothic.
Well done. You can use these whenever you need to brew potions or grow plants. Presuming, of course, you've collected any seeds or potion ingredients you need in Hogsmeade or outside the castle grounds. Deek will be here to answer any questions you may have. Do not underestimate his insights.
Got it.
Can you tell me a bit more about Deek?
He's been at Hogwarts longer than I have, and seems to know its every nook, cranny, and secret. We discovered this room together when I was a student. Deek has had a good deal of experience, both here at Hogwarts and at a previous post. I shall let Deek tell you more when he's ready, but again, you would be wise to listen to any suggestions he may have.
Can I use this type of transfiguration magic outside of the room?
Conjuring and vanishing are strictly forbidden elsewhere in the castle. We've charms in place to enforce that. It would be exhausting to reverse the errors in both judgment and magic. But the Room of Requirement has its own rules.
I will be sure to speak with Deek if I need anything. Thank you.
Good luck. I shall linger a bit longer in case you'd like to learn another transfiguration spell for use in the room.
Yes. Oh, I still have so many talent points. Okay, I should probably assign some of those.
I'm
Oh,
ready
man.
for the next lesson, Professor.
Very well. First, you'll need to gather some moonstone. You can acquire it by vanishing items here in the Room of Requirement, or you can gather it carefully outside of the Hogwarts grounds. Return to me once you've gathered enough, and we shall begin the lesson.
I was gonna say, I had like almost 80. I should have enough.
I have the moonstone you requested, Professor.
Good. Then we may begin your lesson. You can conjure more than potions and herbology tables. Conjuration can be used to decorate this space to your liking. Why don't you try it on the walls and floor?
Oops. Wall decorations. Okay, let's do one above here. so puny. Is that really all we have for that so far? I like this, the Niffler and Witch. I like the Niffler. Let's hang up a Niffler. Wait. There it is. Oh, I need to do a lot of wall decorations. Jeez, okay. Some floor decorations. Okay, let's get some rugs. I like everything to be nice and uniform and neat, so this makes me happy. No! Except then... I'll have to move this one just a little bit. What would be gothic? What? That'd do it.
Good work. Shall we move on?
Yes, we shall. I probably spent way too much time doing that.
I've conjured everything I can. What's next, Professor?
I think you're ready to take on alteration. The altering spell will allow you to customize any conjured item. You can change the colors, patterns, and styles of your furniture to suit your taste. Let's get started, shall we? Watch closely as I demonstrate how to perform the altering spell.
So many spells, I'm loving it.
Just aim your wand at any conjured item and perform the altering spell to customize it.
Okay. I guess let's customize. Yeah, I don't know. Can we customize this whole thing? Oh, that's cool. I was gonna change it back. Okay, so now I gotta change the color. And adjust the size. Oh, so does that mean I can make a... Okay, hang on. So it was like I was complaining about how small the mirrors were. I want it there, but then I want to alter it. But actually...
Nicely done. Now you're ready for something a little more advanced. You can use the altering spell directly on the room's architecture. Try these new designs on the floor or balcony. Try aiming at the floor or at that balcony whilst using Your space might benefit from a bit of ambiance, don't you think? Deke, would you mind?
Professor Weasley showed Deke this bit of magic some years ago. Deke thinks you'll enjoy it.
Probably
Come
will.
and talk to Deke when you're ready.
Professor Weasley said I should ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
I'd like the room to feel mysterious and eerie, as if I'm in the Forbidden Forest, surrounded by shadows.
Oh, sounds perfect.
Oh, that's cool. Wonder what the moonlit one is. It's really cool.
Quite a difference. Of course, you needn't keep this style if you don't like it. You can always ask Deke to change it back. Now you have learnt a good bit about alteration.
Thank you, Professor. The room is full of possibilities.
Indeed. No matter how much time I spend here, the room always manages to surprise me.
That's really cool. I kind of want to change it back, though.
An even bigger space.
How did that happen?
The room equips itself to your needs. It must have sensed that you needed more space to practice spellcasting.
Absolutely.
If you'd like to customize the space further, you can use these spellcrafts. You'll find more of them both inside and outside the school.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep an eye out.
Good. I'll leave you to it. This is your space now. Use it wisely.
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
I would like the room to feel as if it's being lit by the moon.
Oh, sounds perfect.
Everything sounds perfect. Okay, yeah, that's better. Just don't quite like the floor. All right, let's continue onwards. That was great. That was really cool. I like the customization to make it feel a little bit like your own. The common room didn't really kind of feel, I don't know, that homey, so it's nice to have your own place you can kind of decorate and go, you know, just go a little bit more creative with. So that's a nice touch.
Revelio.
Super happy with that, and yeah, just have to decorate that more and more. So does it just appear every time I walk by it now? On that side, okay. I gotta say that's pretty cool. Final round. Across wands. Okay, got a few things I need to do. Let's do one more quest and then we can maybe do some side quests. But I think the main quests are where you learn all the spells you need to do stuff, so I'm really hoping I learn Alohomora soon, so we can unlock some stuff. Just passing by a lot of stuff that I can't unlock, and that is super unfortunate. So hopefully we can fix that very soon. I'm glad we got to learn to fly, though.
Over here.
Why do I just sit on the ground when I pass time? That's so odd.
Sebastian, it's been a while.
It has. Glad you received my owl. I have something to show you.
First, let me thank you for what you did in the library.
Of course. Scribner tried to give me detention, but I have ways out of these things.
Well, you took the fall for me, and that counts for something.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I did, but something was missing. I'm not sure here is the best place to discuss it.
Understood. We can talk more in a moment, in the Undercroft. Not even the professors know about this place. This way.
Just in case we need to sneak around and do some other things, I'd just rather be a little more prepared.
There's a secret passage just here.
It's well disguised. How did you find this place?
My friend, Ominous Gaunt. He named it the Undercroft. We used to play gobstones here all the time. With my sister.
Revelio.
Anne. She loved that infernal game. What I wouldn't give to lose to her again. I should tell you, I swore to Ominous I would safeguard this place. So please, keep this between us. He never confides in anyone. But he's trusted me since the day we met. I wouldn't want to jeopardize that. We used to sneak in here almost daily. We've never been caught.
Nice.
Revelio.
Almost forgot about his sister and that he's looking for a cure. So sad. Oh man. Feel like a jerk. You know, for once there is not a field guide page or anything in here. That is refreshing. I think I do have some better gear that I can't equip though, so I probably should do that. I wanted to check one more thing with the wand handle. So let me do that real quick. Because I did get a couple more, so let's see what looks good. Nope. Nope.
I think I've seen Ominous in potions. Or was it herbology? I've noticed that he uses his wand to navigate the castle.
He does. No idea how, though. Ominous was born blind, and no spell could reverse it. His wand seems almost sentient. Not surprising, I suppose. Ollivander always says, the wand chooses the wizard.
Is that how he found this place?
No, someone in his family knew about it. The Gaunts are full of secrets. I've never heard anyone else speak of it, and I've certainly never seen anyone else here. Again, mention this to no one, especially Ominous. He has no love lost for his family or their secrets, but this place is special to him.
Understood. But why does Ominous have no love lost for his family?
His father's family are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Obsessed with blood status, most of them. Ominous cannot abide them, as he'll be the first to tell you. Anyway, the Undercroft has been a perfect place to sneak off to, away from prying eyes, and even practice otherwise forbidden spells.
Really? Like what?
Like the Blasting Curse. Professors say it's not an appropriate spell to teach students.
Who is Ominous? Did I just miss this? Ominous gone? I'll see if he's like, I don't know if there's like a character list or something, but I feel like I totally missed who this was.
A proper magical education ought to include all magic.
My thoughts exactly. A spell like Confringo is only truly dangerous in untrained hands. Such spells should be properly taught, not banned. To be fair, I'm admittedly partial to more fiery forms of magic. But you should learn it. I can teach it to you safely here.
Until you teach me a forbidden
It may
spell
take
later.
a while to get the feel for it. Mimic my wand movement. The incantation is Confringo.
Very well.
Fringo. That's a fun one.
You're getting it. Ready to actually try it out? Stick to the target. Best to keep the Undercroft intact. Have a go at those candelabras. Both have their uses, but I think you'll find that a Confringo... Nice work. How's it feel?
It's a tad hot.
You'll get used to it.
So it's a more ranged. Okay.
That's it.
I think I've got it.
Well done.
I have to say, I enjoyed that.
The first time Ominous and I practiced Confringo, we singed our eyebrows.
I would have paid to see that.
I swore we'd never live it down. So this day, there's something about that spell that's addictive.
This is exactly the type of magic I've been hoping to learn.
There's more where that came from. Been practicing similar spells here for ages. Although, I didn't tell Anne and Ominous about every one. Haven't been here in some time. It's not the same without Anne.
I'm sorry about your sister. If there's anything I can do...
Perhaps when I next head to Feldcroft, you could come along. Meet Anne. She could use some cheering up.
I would like that. Yeah.
Just let me know when and I'll meet you.
Oh, she misses Hogwarts. She's been stuck at home with our guardian, Uncle Solomon. Unfortunately, you'll have to meet him too. Well, meeting a new student will be precisely what she needs.
I shall look forward to it.
Cheers. By the way, what was it you couldn't discuss out in the hall earlier?
I'm not sure where to start.
You said something was missing from what you found in the library. I assume it's to do with what you told me. About the Portkey, and Gringotts, and Ranrock.
Nothing gets past you. And yes, it is. As I'm sure you suspect, there is a bit more to all of this.
I'm listening.
You must promise to keep this between us.
I trusted you with knowledge of the secret Undercroft. You can trust me.
All right. I can see traces of ancient magic.
Ancient magic? I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but it wasn't that. What does that even mean?
Honestly, I'm not entirely certain. All I know is that I can see whispers of an old magic that hardly anyone else can. Fig and I think that Ranrock has somehow found a way to harness that magic's power.
Are you telling me that goblins may be wielding some sort of wizard magic?
That's what we're trying to find out.
And this ability of yours, does it allow you to wield this magic too?
I don't know.
Well, when you do know, tell me. I've been studying archaic forms of magic for ages. Perhaps we can help each other. In the meantime, with both Rookwood and Ranrock after you, I suspect a bit more time practicing the blasting curse is in order. Spend as much time here as you'd like. And remember, Keep this place between us.
You got it, man. Not gonna tell anyone.
When I head to Feldcroft, I'll send you an owl.
Revelio.
So, who is Ominous? Is there like a character ledger? Wow, they're really... Who is Ominous? I feel so bad for asking that, and it's just driving me nuts because I don't know who it is. Let's see if I can actually find out who this is real quick. Ominous. Let's see. Ominous. Hogwarts Legacy. He's just a student that I haven't met yet, so I will meet him eventually, but have not met him as of yet. Alright. So let's leave the Undercroft and continue onwards. Maybe we'll run into Ominous on the way out. Wouldn't that be ominous?
Hello, Sebastian. Wait. You there? I can hear you.
Oh, hello. Ominous, isn't it? I believe we have potions together. And herbology?
I recognize that voice. Heard you talking to Gareth Weasley in potions class. You're the new 5th year. Did you just come from the Undercroft? How did you get in there?
Oh crap. Did Sebastian say not to tell Ominous, or... Oh man, I really don't remember this one. I'll just say Sebastian showed me.
Actually, Sebastian brought me there, but he made it perfectly clear to keep quiet about it.
That rat! You breathe a word about this place to anyone, and not even your precious Professor Fig will be able to help you. My father is friends with the headmaster, and I'm not afraid to exploit that connection if I need to.
You needn't threaten me. I'm not going to say anything about your Undercroft.
Why should I trust you? You just betrayed Sebastian.
Please. I was trying to defend him. He was clear that this was a secret place and I was to tell no one. He's a good friend.
I don't need you to tell me about my oldest friend. Thank you very much.
Ominous, I just meant...
I know what you meant. Sebastian gets himself in enough trouble. He doesn't need your help.
Oof.
Sebastian is going to get an earful about this.
Man, I just keep throwing Sebastian under the bus. Oh man. Oh well. Doesn't mean you have to be so mean. Oh, he just disappeared. Doesn't mean you have to be so mean about it. Just saying.
Come and see me as soon as you can. I've returned from a rather unproductive trip to the Ministry, hoping your time has been more fruitful than mine.
Okay.
I would like to teach you Wingardium Leviosa. It can be used to levitate objects for a short time. Once you've completed a few prerequisite tasks, do see me after class.
Man, all these professors wanting to see me after class. Yo, Fig, welcome back.
I was hoping to see you.
You're back.
Finally. Minister Spavin talks more than he listens. Ranted on and on about rogue dragons. Wouldn't listen to a word about goblins. Speaking of which...
Listen, Professor. So much happened while you were away. Nearly Headless Nick asked me to get some rotten roast beef from the kitchens.
Rotten roast beef?
Yes, I thought it was odd too. But then, we took the roast beef to Sir Podmore of the Headless Hunt, and...
You met the Headless Hunt? That must have been interesting, to say
Yes. And then I had to find Richard Jackdaw's head in the pumpkins so that he'd tell me about how he died.
Who on earth is Richard Jackdaw?
He was a student here long ago. Anyway, he told me about a secret cavern. I went there, and right next to Jackdaw's skeleton, I found the missing pages.
You found the pages?
I did. And because Jackdaw had followed the map they contained, when I found the pages, I found the location on the map. Believe it or not, it's a room below Hogwarts.
Why am I not surprised? Shall we?
I was hoping you'd say that. Oh, and we'll need to bring the book. The room is called the Map Chamber, by the way. And a portrait of Percival Rackham awaits us there.
Professor Rackham. I look forward to meeting him. How did this Jackdaw get the pages from the book?
Evidently, Peeves stole them, and Jackdaw stole them from him.
Oh, Peeves. To think it was beneath us all this time.
It's not really like a surprise. But of course it was. Of course it was. Show me why you're called the Map Chamber.
This looks promising.
Reveal yourself.
Map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest. And, of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent. If only you were here to see this.
Oh, his wife.
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal as you asked. And this is my mentor, Professor Fig.
How do you do, Professor Fig? And you, my young friend, see now why you needed to return with the book?
I do. I also see why you refer to this room as the Map Chamber.
That you have come this far tells me that you possess extraordinary magical ability, the potential and power of which will unlock should you prove yourself worthy. The location of each of 4 trials will, in time, appear on the map. Trials that will test you and give you access to invaluable knowledge. Trials that you must complete On your own. Do you recall the pensive memory you viewed in my vault in Gringotts?
You and your friend Charles spoke of the Portkey and of trials you'd created for one who could see traces of ancient magic.
Precisely. Charles is another of the Keepers, a designation we gave ourselves centuries ago, in light of the knowledge that we have been bound to keep hidden. Until, perhaps, now.
So, the passage from your ruins to Gringotts, everything in the vault, the restricted section, finding this room, none of these was a trial.
They were an important part of the journey, but they were not trials themselves. The fact that you have come this far, however, bodes well. The trials were designed to ensure that the power and knowledge we have kept secret for so long does not fall into the wrong hands. They will test your abilities, both innate and learned. But of equal importance, everything you witness as you complete the trials will inform what you choose to do with all that we share. You will need patience. The trials have much to teach you. It will take time.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury of time.
We have waited this long, Professor Fig. Surely a few more.
Respectfully, sir, while I do not know the secret you keep, I do know that our young friend here has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. And we encountered an uncommonly powerful goblin wielding such magic as we prepared to leave your vault at Gringotts. We may already be too late.
This is grave news, indeed. Young friend, do you trust Professor Fig?
I do.
Then, in the light of your considerable skill and all you have already accomplished, we shall begin. You will find the location of the first trial marked on the map below you. Whilst Professor Fig may assist you in locating the trials, they may be completed only by one with our ability.
Shall we have a look?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know that tower.
Astronomy tower?
It's not far.
Or
You
outside
may have
of
seen it
Hogwarts.
yourself.
It looks familiar. Perhaps your young friend is more well-traveled than you might think.
As your mentor, the least I can do is go ahead to make sure it is safe. Join me as soon as you can.
You said that you know that tower. What can you tell me about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. I've passed it dozens of times. It's north of Hogsmeade. My recollection is that it seems abandoned. Clearly, however, the tower conceals more than meets the eye.
I'll find you at the tower as soon as I can.
Until then, be careful, and do not tell anyone where you're going.
Alright, let's go figure it out.
It's time you learned, Glacius, the freezing spell. It is an efficient way to cool down a heated situation. But first, I will need you to complete a few tasks. Once you've done that, come and see me.
As soon as someone teaches me Alohomora. Just gonna keep throwing that out there.
Greetings! Please, take your time.
And just like exit over here and then fly. That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. You can't fly from the graveyard. Okay. Just keep running then.
Oh, it's a pleasant surprise.
Stupefy! Stupefy! Confringo! Stupefy! Confringo!
Oh, not my best fighting. Not my best fighting. It's okay.
Not my fault you're a deadly great spider.
Yeah. You deadly great spider.
Confringo!
Alright, so I blasted all those. Is there more? I'm gonna wreck it. Okay, so... Is there more? Let's see if we can look around, figure out what else needs to be done with that. Oh man, these trials of Merlin. Merlin, Merlin, Merlin.
Confringo!
Is that it?
Okay.
Okay.
Be proud.
Just had to blast one more. Very silly. That's all I had to do. Oh.
You disappoint me.
Let's go ahead and do Expelliarmus.
Expelliarmus!
Coward!
Confringo! Stupefy! Confringo! Expelliarmus! I can't not to get
If we're talking beasts, the Nifflers
Confringo!
Magic! Oh no! What happened? Oh no! Oh man, let's see if we can get that back. Oh, that's frustrating. I've never had that happen. Ah, hopefully there's not too much progress lost on that. My gosh, that would be awful. No. Oh man. Oh, let's see where 42. Yeah, we're gonna have to go from here. So hopefully it's not too much, but man, that sucks. Is it just from here? Alright, so wanted to re-equip Expelliarmus.
Let's play Fred Buster and Fred. Oh, stupid. Still.
I was doing a lot better last time. I just gotta say that. That's kind of annoying.
Expelliarmus, Gryffindor. Expelliarmus, Gryffindor. Accio.
Oh. And it threw off my groove. It just completely threw off my groove. There's more of them. We're not done yet.
Confringo.
That curiosity young people tend to nurture never ends well for them, does it?
Oh man, I wonder though, I hope I didn't lose any progress with the Trial of Merlin. I don't think I would have, but it might be worth it to go just check real quick. It's just over here. Yeah, so I still did complete it, so I didn't miss that much. That's good. Nope. Don't feel like fighting more spiders right now.
I dream of making a better world.
Confringo.
Does that mean I can conjure from out here, though, if I, like, needed to conjure? I don't think you can conjure more. Orclump Hollow. Why not? Let's enter it. Let's find out.
Confringo.
The blasting spell is way better. Like, significantly better, more powerful. Well, that makes sense.
Confringo.
Okay, found some more good gear. That's what Devil Snare does. Okay. Makes sense, it would be slow attacking.
Revelio.
Confringo!
I feel like now that I know more spells, the combat is also getting slightly better. As we come here.
Expelliarmus!
Kind of lame there at the end, but... Oh, that was... So it's a delayed one, okay. And then... Oh, first time. There it is. First time dying. Tell you what, that disconnect really threw me off. Not that that should be an excuse, but... no heals, so let's try this again with feeling.
Confringo! Accio! Expelliarmus! Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Ow. Whoa. What was that?
Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Please do a decent amount of damage.
Expelliarmus!
Oh, man.
Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Man.
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Stupefy! Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Ow. Oh, man. Really don't want to have to restart this over.
Confringo! Expelliarmus!
I think I got him. I think I got him. Oh, man. That was a little rough.
That was a close one.
Throw bogeys. That's what I get for beating him. Not quite as dramatic or cool as like a God of War, but still pretty cool. So I slid down there. What else is down here to discover?
Revelio.
Confringo!
Okay, hidden passage. Nothing there. And I don't know if this is actually anything either. It doesn't look like it. So we're going to go to that hidden passage real quick. See what's what. And continue.
Lumos.
So it looks like the game is pretty forgiving. If you get low on health, you can keep taking hits as long as there's some recovery time in between. So that's good to know, but it does make it a little less like special, I guess. It honestly kind of feels like Skyrim or something else for The Witcher, like exploring and doing all this. Squirrel. Didn't miss anything. Nope. Okay. Just gotta check. Is that it? Oh, I guess I got it all. So now we're in the Forbidden Forest. Interesting. Is that your nice way of telling me that I have better gear?
These rocks have seen better. I know a Merlin trial when I see one.
Those things came up. Some dark wizards over there. So let's see what we got. We got standing rocks. So at first glance, it appears to me that I gotta lift more rocks to put on the remaining two. That is just a guess. I could also just knock them over and see if that works, but I don't think that's the correct answer. Nor do I think I could. Oh, I can. Maybe we could try that, but I think this is really wrong. It's not what Merlin wanted. To climb? Oh, and it starts over. Okay. There we go. Got it now. I hate jumping. I hate jumping trials, levels in video games. I think they're really dumb and tedious at times and not super well thought out.
These Merlin trials won't get the best of me.
All right. Now, while I'm thinking about it, let's go to those talents and see what might be best. I have 14 talent points. I don't know if you can actually max out anything. Let's see, that's going to be 20, 36. No, you can't max out everything. Okay. Deductions reduced. You can sprint while using disillusionment. That's pretty cool. Okay. What about the room of requirement? I could see how those would be useful. New spell set? What does that mean? Oh. That seems very useful. No, the core ones seem very useful. I think having a cursed enemy with Stupefy would be really great too. Don't care too much about Incendio, unless it eventually goes to other ones. Those are all very useful. Yeah. I do like that one. That seems like a good one. Let's do that. The Dark Arts. I like the Stupefy one. You too. Kind of goes hand in hand. Like having more spell slots. I think just having all the spell slots is really good. It's also good. All these are really good. The core ones, I gotta say, they're all good for fighting. So I'm gonna be really happy with all of these. Now I have one more. Kind of liked the stealth. Not really a stealthy type of person, so So let's just let's go down this route. That looks cool. Alright, so now we got some more talent points. Hopefully this will make us a little bit better. We can go from there. Let's see how we do. There was actually some dark wizards, so let's see how this does.
Who lived here, I wonder?
Thinking in terms of good and evil merely indicates a limited imagination. Someone's going to regret treasure.
All right. Oh, that was very satisfying. That was very satisfying.
Revelio.
Ooh, is that another troll? Like the Witcher. A river troll. Easy.
Expelliarmus. Stupefy. Stupefy.
How do I do that? Hit a troll with its own boulder. I'm trying. Then says R1. I'm doing the R1, it's just not letting me do it. There we go.
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
All right, there we go.
Expelliarmus.
We're making this too easy.
Confringo. Expelliarmus.
One less foul.
I don't know if they actually did anything wrong, but
Over here.
just gotta unlock this flue first.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was.
We're not alone.
We are not. Ranrock's loyalists. Around a dozen I can see, but could be more.
Can't we apparate past them into the tower?
We could, but we've no idea what's in the tower. More importantly, however, I'd like to know why they're here. They've set up camp just ahead. I suggest we investigate a little before doing anything else. Let's go.
Well, this isn't ideal.
No, it isn't. This way. And I'd suggest we use the disillusionment charm here. No sense in our arrival.
You should know better than that now. We've all told you before, and look what happens when you don't listen.
Quickly now. Stay hidden and cast Petrificus Totalis.
One of the best meals I've ever eaten.
Petrificus Totalis.
Well done.
There must be something here. Ramrock said so.
Alright. Not too bad. Pretty easy.
There must be something here. Ramrock said so.
Hopefully we don't get caught.
Petrificus Totalis.
But also fine with the fight.
Wizard kind.
There must be something here. Ramrock said so. Someone there? Over here!
Stupid one. Confringo.
Gryffindor.
Almost got a perfect score on that.
Orders. Directly from Ranrock.
These orders indicate that they're after something to do with names. What names? And why here?
Revelio.
I will draw blood. You won't last long.
Okay, that's how the spell slots work. Got it. So how do I equip it though? Yeah, I want that one.
You can't stop.
Doesn't seem like it's changing when I do that. So I want it to go here, and I want it to equip that one.
Since before we were born.
It seems odd that the spell slot isn't working. I wonder why that is. Alright, since you are being so difficult, we're just gonna do this for now. Okay, that's how it is. That makes more sense now.
Revelio. Can't imagine the goblins know about the trials. They know that something is significant about this place, though.
How on earth could they have known about this place?
Revelio.
How could they have known indeed?
It's more than mere coincidence that we encountered Ranrock's loyalists here. Revelio.
Found the entrance.
It's locked.
Oh, teach it to me. Teach it to me. Let's go. Alohomora, teach it to me.
An unlocking charm.
Very handy. No time now, but if you don't learn it soon enough, we can work on it back at the castle.
Really? Okay. Okay. Or, you know, you could teach it to me now. That'd be great.
Someone was an avid reader. Can't say I'm familiar with many of these titles. Revelio. I wonder who this is.
With robes like that, it could be anyone.
How old is that tea? That is disgusting.
Revelio.
Welcome to San Bakar's Tower.
Hello, Professor. Did you say Sam Bakar's tower?
I did. Professor Bakar is a keeper you have yet to encounter. I'm glad to see that I was correct in presuming that we would meet again soon after our last encounter. Though I surmise, based on the commotion I heard, that you did not have an easy time getting to me.
We did not, Professor. We encountered goblins outside the tower.
That goblins were aware of my vault is disquieting enough. But if they have also made a connection to this tower, then the threat may be greater than I thought. All the more reason for us to move forward. Downstairs, near the entry, a reservoir of ancient magic, like those you've seen before, has been unlocked. Command it to access a doorway. I'm afraid I cannot say more.
Of course.
As Professor Fig cannot join you, he and I will, in time, see you back at the map chamber. Remember what you see.
We're going to need to understand how Ranrock's loyalists knew about a tower that once belonged to a keeper. For the moment, however, you've more important things to set your mind to. A reservoir of ancient magic, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Then I shall leave matters in your increasingly capable hands. That said, be careful.
I will, sir. I'll see you back in the map chamber. A reservoir of ancient magic, downstairs, near the entry.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be a ton of fun, but I think I actually am going to go ahead and call it there tonight. So thank you so much, everyone who was watching or will be watching in the future. So thank you for coming out and watching it, and until next time, mischief managed. All right, see you next time, guys.